Hey everybody, this is Larry in Brandon, Minnesota. These are my little piggy what? Little piggy African night crawlers. Holy mackerel. It's not even been 2 weeks and they have totally wiped out this bedding. Look at them. Look at this bedding, it's beautiful. This is bedding that I pre-sifted. Nice African night. They were just really little when I got them. And they have already put on tons of weight. And I've been feeding them on top. This is just straight peat. And I've been feeding them a combination of 1 part cornmeal and 1 part oatmeal. And I grinded my spice grinder and put it on top. But anyway, I mixed up some bedding this morning. Peat, I let it set all day to absorb it up. And I'm going to change this out and I'll be back. Okay, you're saying, Larry, what the heck are you doing? Well, I'll tell you what. I got to make up some more bedding, and this makes the most beautiful bedding. You take your peat moss, which I got a whole ton of over there that I went and got. They had it at $3.38 a bale at Walmart on closeout. Regular, it's about $7.99 or something like that. Anyway, that's a steal at that price, so it don't go bad. So I bought, what the heck did I get? 32 bales of it, and I had some. But what I'm doing is, when you take your peat moss, it's going to have some sticks in it and little things like that. But if you want to make some beautiful, I mean beautiful, vermicompost, worm castings, don't mess with the sticks afterwards. It's so much easier to start right up front by, I just take it, I'm going to get a screen made. Build a screen out of 1/8" mesh, hardware cloth, build a frame for it to make it a lot easier. But if this is all you got to start with, look at this beautiful stuff. Look how fine and beautiful it is. Now what I'll do is I'll take this, I'm going to make up enough to fill up a couple little buckets, and I'll put a cup of garden lime in there to balance the pH up. And these little African night crawlers I got are just little pigs. They have been going through this bedding like crazy. I haven't had them that long, a couple weeks, I think. So, and it's going to depend on how much bedding you got and everything like that. But I'm feeding them just a regular grain. I take 1 part oatmeal, 1 part cornmeal, I put it together, and then I take a few eggshells that I microwave them for about 3-4 minutes in case there's any salmonella that would kill it. And then I run them on my coffee grinder and then go ahead and make that fine and mix in some of that. But when you see the vermicompost that is created by these guys, they're little pigs. And it's incredible how beautiful and rich and dark and just unbelievable. But all I'm doing is I'm just taking this in here and I rub it around with my hand. Hard to do with one hand here. And rub it around. And I'm going to come up with something that I can just do this on a little larger scale. But it makes such a beautiful, beautiful bedding. That's what I love. That when you get done and then you sort out the worms, you're done. And you got beautiful vermicompost. I want to show you, so this is Larry. Okay, I got these all piled up. And then I'm outside, let the sun just bring it down, see? But look at this. There's a little worm there. But look at this beautiful stuff. Incredible. See if I can get out of the shade there. Absolutely beautiful compost. That will make stuff grow like crazy. And what I'll do is I'll put it in here, this bucket, and I can go back through and make sure I didn't miss any eggs or any little ones later. But I want to get them into some new bedding. The reason I could tell is they were doing great. I was feeding them every day. But this morning when I got home from work, I noticed they were starting to climb up the sides of the bucket. They can't get out with this lid on. But when I checked the bedding, I could see it was well consumed. So keep an eye on your worms. They'll be your best indicator. They'll tell you. They said, hey, we want out of here, give us some fresh bedding. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to let this go down and we'll remove all these castings, get down to the worms, and I'm going to put them in these buckets. And I'll be back for one final comment here. Okay, we got all the African night crawlers back in their home and in new bedding. They'll be happy now. Look at this rich, beautiful compost. Look at this, unbelievable. Lots of uses for this. If you live down in the southwest, Arizona, Florida, hot, Texas, African nightcrawler might be the worm for you because it loves 70, 80, 90 degree weather. It's a great composting worm, and man, it just goes through the food like crazy, and it will thrive for you. So I just wanted to show you that. This is Larry up in Brandon, Minnesota. Ciao.